That's that jam. Why you
Yeah, I
didn't let it
know.
play? That's that Luther Vandross, man. That's
That's
that
that
Luther.
Luther. Hey, no, there's a love
You
waiting
know,
for me.
I was looking at a tribute. Johnny Gill, El DeBarge,
Hmm.
Kenny Lattimore, and Whitney Houston did for him at Soul Train Music Awards the other night. And I'm like, man, we done lost so many good legends, man. It's
Yeah,
just
we
crazy.
have.
And
We have.
there's no voice like Luther, none.
That is his voice is so amazing.
So yeah.
So amazing.
Oh, that's so amazing.
I know.
I,
Sweet love, I follow you to the moon.
I know. We recording. You know this going on. Speak.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, y'all? Speaking of amazing voices, before that, I'm Dawson. What's going on?
And I'm Denise. How are you guys out there?
Yeah, and keeping up with our thing that we were gonna try to get y'all some more videos and stuff regularly. That's what we're trying to do. And
I know,
Denise,
bringing it to you, no matter no matter where we go. My brother found this program that's just so amazing, and wherever I am, he stops me. I pull over, and we just got to do a video.
we
So if y'all
got
see
to.
me in the car in the darkness and all my black with my choker on, it's because when he calls, it's what we do now.
That's what we do. Well, Denise, we were talking for a little bit, well, texting earlier, and I was letting you know one of the favorite male vocalists that I like, especially Christian male vocalists, is Tone, the artist formerly known as Tone. I think he
Yeah.
goes by
So he's
B.
gonna go by B.Slade. Like that's gonna be it for real. It just wasn't for that one video. That wasn't.
Nah,
He wasn't trying to give you the Beyonce, even though he gave you. He gonna give you B.Slade for real.
I think that has been his name since he in 2008 when he did that interview with Lexi and he told everybody that
Oh,
he was
okay.
bisexual. I think he left Tone and went to B.Slade, but just recently he some stuff came up on the internet about him at a performance that he did at the Love Center Church out in Oakland, California, where he came out on stage in some very, as some people were saying, questionable attire, and
Mm-hmm.
also some of the dance moves that he was doing during that particular performance. A lot of people took to social media; they were upset by it. A lot of people came out saying, he had a reprobate mind. He's hindering the body of Christ. Why would y'all let this person perform at a church? And it was just so much going on about his performance. You saw the video. I saw the video. I have my take on it. What do you have to say about
He slayed. No, just kidding. um,
it? What you got to say about it, girl?
it was. I don't. It's so funny now because these days I don't know what to say when it comes to the church. It's so much going on in the church, out of the
Mm-hmm.
church, behind the church. It's so much going on that I don't know what to say. I don't know what is acceptable nowadays. I know, things are changing and we aren't, it's not like what it was when our grandmothers went there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have so many other people that are now open with their sexuality, that's just what it's going to be. You're going to see a lot more of this than a lot
Mm-hmm.
less. That's what I feel. And y'all can say what y'all want to say and type whatever y'all want to type, but this is going to be the norm.
This is going to be the norm, you feel?
I feel.
Wow. I just think, for me, he came out with a diss song. Everybody has their diss album or a track, and he came out with one entitled Conversation. And the beat was from, I think, Beyonce's Formation, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. You listen to the song, and I listened to the song, and number one, I want to say, Tone is an artist. I mean, to come up with those
Right.
lyrics to that song, it was just like wow. But the lyrics that he talked about in that song was just bashing people, for
That probably bashed him. And,
exactly.
and I think that's what he's saying. He's saying like people have so much to say, but let me tell you what happened to me. Let me tell you what you might not know. Let me
Hmm.
tell you about the ones that's been, praying on me and not praying for me.
Yeah,
And
and,
that's, and I think that a lot of people are hurt because of that, because you have people that have been predators in the church,
yeah,
and you go there and you go there for healing, and then you become broken and hurt.
yeah. And I think a lot of people who he was attacking in the church were people who are in his situation or once were in his situation, because the church is real big on this. You can get deliverance, you're ex-gay, and Tone himself was married to a woman. So I think a lot of people, and I was reading comments where people were saying they knew him when he was married to his wife, and why would he choose to leave that and go into sin basically and live a gay lifestyle. So
you talking about the ones that go to church?
Yeah.
That's not married. They go and they still have a boyfriend. You talking about some of those people?
Those.
Or
I mean, everybody got something they're going through, but I try not to do any more of these Christian videos because people how they feel about.
Yeah, I know they're gonna attack us. And that's fine. But I'm for everybody. That's the thing. You don't judge me any differently because you can see my writings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I wear whatever, sin you say is a sin and you don't wear yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you are sinning. That's why people, it's
a lot. And some of the lyrics that he had to that song Conversation, it says, "Y'all haters corny with that he needs deliverance. Check out your choir stands. They all need deliverance. Attack my character, but half of y'all are closeted." He's a lyricist, I must say, to come up with that to formation. But basically in those lyrics, he's saying that a lot of people who are judging him, you need to look into your choir stands, your pulpits, and you'll see little Tones in your choirs, in your pulpits, in your churches, probably even in your family. So I understand what he's saying on that. And do we want people, this is something I've always said, do you want people to lie and go get married and live a lie so you could feel good? Or do you want people to say, this is who I am? Because one of the things the church always does is, pray for deliverance. Like he said, they'll tell you, you need deliverance, you need deliverance. But if somebody's telling you this is who they are, do you want them marrying your daughter? Do you want them marrying your aunt? And I had this conversation with one of my friends. He's just like unapologetically Kojic. My little brother, Tim, he's a singer too. And I told him, I said, and he was saying, people they all make mistakes, and the Christianity walk is about forgiveness. And I was like, I understand that. But if you have a woman saying that she is not attracted to a man, or a man saying that he's not attracted to a woman, how would you feel if those people married your sister, your mama, your brother, and knowing they were, just think on that.
Living a miserable life of, lies.
Yeah.
And that's not right. And we want on this show everyone to live their truth, because when you live in your truth, you become the best you possible. There's no way for you to become the best you when every day you have to wake up to the lie that you made to please somebody else. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, are, who are his fans and who still listen to his music as the singer B.Slade, they're true followers of him. But people, I don't know, in that church performance that he did at that church, I've never been a big one for gospel workshops, gospel concerts and stuff like that, because I grew up in the church, and I grew up, Holy Roller, Pentecostal to the bone. Strict Pentecostal. And I've seen in services where people, this would be the only critique that I have about his performance, Ty Trippett performance, and other performances who do all the hype dancing and they really get down. Do those performances, and you can disagree or agree with me on this, it's up to you. Do those performances, do they really reach people with the message of God? Because I understand, we have the hip hop, rap, and gospel going on. We have some of the new age gospel.
So you think the slow singing, flower bringing songs reach people? You know what I mean? Like you think that, and yes, like you really think, because I don't know, maybe I'm quoting you wrong, or maybe it was somebody else. Those songs were bringing people down.
You know what? I do understand those songs, what you're saying, though, all that stuff. It depends. I'm a wretch undone and stuff like that. I don't like those songs, like telling you, oh, trouble in my, all that kind of stuff. I get that. But I'm just saying, when it comes to those songs, like, a artist who they bash a lot, who I think does phenomenal when it comes to singing, is Leandra Johnson. I think she's just phenomenal. But they bash her for her stance. Who else is good? These are Tasha Cobbs. Those songs that really like kind of lead you into the presence of God, or like help, kind of like
Right.
help in worship. Those are the type of songs that I think, really like do more than just that jumping up
Okay.
and down. To me, because I didn't grow up with all of that. So and
Right.
I saw the presence of God move in conferences before, that I don't see that anymore in a lot of churches. It's like it's overtaken with the type of performances that Tonex did. And he is one of my favorite gospel artists. But the dancing around, all that kind of stuff, how is that really helping people? How is that leading you into the presence of God?
I don't know,
That's just
because
me.
you got people that worship through dance.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I
Yes,
mean?
you do.
So that could be a way. People worship in different ways, through music, through dance, through poems. So, all of it
Hmm.
plays its part, I believe,
Yeah, that's
has
true.
its place.
But
So,
I guess because I'm looking at more when I was going to church, uh, the music that used to just like that stuff that really gets you over, like in times of
right.
trouble. Like, how is that going to really? Because I don't
Just like with
know.
the secular music, things are changing. I don't know what Young Thug's saying. Like, I don't know what none of this is, but this is where we are going.
Yeah,
So I think that's what's happening in the church too. I'm telling you, we're going to see more than less of this.
yeah. I believe that. Well, we're seeing it already. Like I said,
We've seen it already. Like, things have changed. Things have changed drastically in the church.
but I think if somebody's coming to church and they're saying, I'm dealing with drugs, I'm dealing with suicide, I'm dealing with this, is that type of Kurt Franklin, when they're jumping and hype on stage, Kurt Franklin, Tone, all of the other ones,
But that's just
Ty
part of the
Trippett.
show. I'm sorry. That's just part of the sermon or whatever. Because the preacher already preached, we're thinking.
Yeah.
Because what you're talking about is a performance. If we're going to a concert, we're not talking about, we trying to be delivered.
But you can get delivered at a performance though. You can get healed at a performance.
That's not your main
At a concert.
That's not your main goal. You know what I mean? You were just going to you're going to see the performer you already know that can heal you, or whatever that you feel you can get delivered or get a message from. That's when you go to a concert, because you know who it is. But when you're hurt and you're looking for answers, that's on your regular Sunday.
But that's what I'm saying, Denise. A lot of those performances are happening in churches on Sundays where people.
But that's after the preacher is preached, so you should already.
No, sometimes it's before. Sometimes it's before. I'm serious.
The preacher's gonna come out there and preach, right? The preacher gonna preach one time on that Sunday, right?
Yeah, the preacher is gonna preach. But to me, the music is supposed to make it easy. It's supposed to break up the fallow ground so that, the word of God can just be planted in people's lives. But when you got people jumping, I mean, at the church I went to, you remember the song Walk It Out? Now walk it out. Now walk it out. They came down dancing in that at my church. I mean, I went to a big mega church down here in Miami. No, no disrespect to them. And so when I got to see
doing it,
yeah, because it was cool. But then my mom was like, y'all song Walk It Out at church? And then I started thinking about, I'm like, what if somebody was suicidal? What if somebody was depressed? What if somebody was down?
Walk it out.
Denise,
did everybody get up and get hot? Because when I looked at that performance of B.Slade, those people, even the older ladies in that front row, they were up dancing.
That's what I'm saying. I feel that, and not every church, y'all. I don't know every church, but it seems like now with what I'm seeing with gospel music, with what's going on with gospel performances, with people who love their gospel artists, it just seems to be a show for me. And that the power of God is really not there. That power that heals people, that power that sets people free, that power that helps you in your mind, it's not there anymore. It's like we talk about the woman with the issue of blood, but can you take those scriptures and use it in songs to really lead people to that experience where they can touch the hem of Jesus' garment to be whole for themselves? That's why I just don't feel that power is there anymore. I don't. And I think it's more performance than it is about the power of God. That's just my take. That's why I've never liked a lot of gospel concerts and stuff like that. I've never, because it's always been about performance to me, and people, they deny the power thereof. And I think when I saw B.Slade's performance, that's what I saw. I saw a lot of hype, a lot of dancing, a lot of stuff. And you know me, I don't mind dancing. I mean, I
So
hang out,
you
but
feel God wasn't in it.
in my opinion, he's anointed. The man got a voice, as you can see. But that is just not my type of performance for me. If people got healed, I mean, that's fine for them. If they got delivered,
Right.
God bless them with his type of stuff. Tone, Ty Trippett, Kurt Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
If that kind of stuff gets them all that hype and GP, are you with me? All that, if that gets
Yeah,
them,
because
that's
at one
cool.
point, I'm glad you said, because at one point, Kirk Franklin was the new, and it gave us, like, I felt like, I was like, oh, okay. Like, people that wasn't really into gospel
Mm-hmm.
really came over with Kirk Franklin. I felt like one day he was going to mess around and cuss
Yeah.
if he wasn't careful.
Mary,
Because he was
Mary, do it too. Yeah.
yeah, I don't love God. You know, like, but
Yeah.
that's what, you love God. Like, I love God. And you know,
Yeah.
people end up twerking off of that, but
Exactly.
I don't know. But it reached the masses.
It did, but I just think for me, I'm not saying that Christians have to stay stagnant and in a box, and that may be kind of what it sounds like I'm saying. But what I really want is like that power back, that people can have testimonies that I was delivered from drugs, I was healed from this, I got a
Right.
job by listening to this, I changed my life completely. And a lot of times you don't hear that. And who am I? People may have gotten delivered, but I just didn't see that. And I think even now when you see a lot of people posting on Facebook, and different things, these praise breaks where everybody want to show their praise breaks in church. Like, oh, and it just seems like a show to me. I don't know. That's just me.
It is. We're living in a show. We're doing a show.
But when it comes to the things of God, man, I'm sorry. I'm
Everything
sorry.
is a show
I'm
now.
old school.
Everything.
I'm
What
old
movie
school.
was that? I think it was Almighty Bruce or Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty.
Was it not about like living in a show or something?
Yeah, to me,
Crazy.
but when it comes to like people who are supposed to, they'll sing you to hell in a heartbeat. But if you go to their church and there's no power in there to really change lives, people are looking at you like you crazy. Okay, I'm here, and it seems like your pastor is swindling me more than the people in the streets. It's like because you got these traveling evangelists and prophets who will go around and they do some
show.
Exactly, a show too to swindle the people out of their money, to swindle the people to believe in them and really not leading them to God. It's like, why are you calling yourself an evangelist or a prophet, and your name is all big and lights and you tell about what you want to do and what you're doing, but you don't say God but 2 times in your whole sermon. I'm just I don't know. I guess that's why I don't
better
go
be
to church.
careful with them people that call themselves prophet. I had a lady tell me she was a prophet. And, I'm going through, I told you guys I'm going through my, breast cancer fight. And she told me that God told her my hair grow back. That's what she prophesied over me.
And what you told her? What you told her?
I took my hand. I was like, oh, okay. Like I don't know my hair gonna grow back. Like stuff like that. And some people aren't. And it's crazy because, like you said, some people believe in stuff that simple that people will tell them. You know what I mean? Everybody don't have a strong mind, and you'll have people dishing out money to hear somebody tell you your hair gonna grow back.
Exactly. I remember you telling me that. But I just think, to me, I just have a heart for the people, man. And, I'm not disrespecting Tone's, whatever he is, God can only judge him. God is going to have to judge all of us. Right. But I think when the performance-wise, that's with him, and not only him, like I said, I mentioned Ty Trippett, sometimes Mary, sometimes Kurt Franklin in their performances. I just wonder, is it really leading people to the power of God, to what God can demonstrate? Mm-hmm. But about Tone, whoever he is, I don't want him or anybody else marrying somebody, to appease the church. Exactly. And they know themselves that they are, gay or lesbian. And I think that's what the church pushes these people towards. And it's like, you can go, I mean, you have a friend, I think, a mutual person. Well, we know people who, they're in church and, they have, dibbled back and forth and, things. But
Hmm.
and I ain't gonna put these people out there, but we know people,
Right.
but
We are people
we are people. So,
that
but
don't live right all the time. You know what I
we
mean? Like,
don't. So what do you say to those people who are on the fence? Because I think the wrong thing to do is to go marry a woman when you know you're gay, or to marry a man when you know you're a lesbian, and use that whole
right.
thing. I'm struggling. I'm
It
sorry.
goes back to what we stand for, what our mission is, what our motto is on this show. Live your truth. Like,
Hmm.
just live your truth. I don't want you out here before God. Because that's what everybody in your church say do. That's what your mama said do. That's what your daddy
Hmm.
said do. And you live a life of lies. You live a life of being miserable. How productive is that? You waking up and almost like dying every day
Yeah.
because of the lie that
Yeah.
you got to keep on. So,
Yeah. I totally agree. That's just my take on this. Much love to Tone, B.Slade. And the people are gonna hate, they're gonna say whatever, but y'all cannot deny that the boy is talented. The boy is talented. And I still think he's anointed, but it is what it is, man. And to people, be yourself, man. Please do not get into a marriage lying to nobody. Please don't.
mm-mm.
You're gonna be on, what is it? Next for it. Some What's that? I love.
Okay, you can't play with people.
Yeah, my favorite show on TV One. I can't think of it right now. Fatal Attraction.
Fatal
Like,
attraction.
yeah, please don't do that. Cause people
Mm-mm.
crazy these days, man. You
They
can't
real crazy.
you can't lie to people about stuff and then get in
And play with
relationships.
their heart and give them 3 kids
Yeah,
and then decide you want to leave after
yeah,
3 kids.
yeah. They're
Like,
gonna leave
you
you
knew you ain't
shot.
want to, like, why would you do that? So,
Exactly. So that's all I had to say on Tone. What would you want to say, Denise, in closing remarks?
be you.
Be you.
Whether it's Toenail or B.Slade, be you.
Be you. And that's for everybody else too. Just be you. Love yourself unapologetically. And I'm your guy, Dawson.
And I'm Denise.
Hey, thank you for pulling over. You pulled over and really parked
I
somewhere and
pulled
did there.
over. I pulled over. I'm hungry and everything, and I pulled over. So
Hey,
I go get something to eat.
go get a veggie burger from Burger King, all right?
Burger King have veggie burgers?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Mm, doubt it.
Yeah, they do. Go try it. Go try it.
So what you get a veggie burger and onion rings?
Veggie burger, fries, sometimes onion rings. Yeah.
I don't want no veggie burger.
It's good. You wouldn't know the difference, trust me. You
Mm.
wouldn't. Yeah. But until then, I'm your guy Dawson with
And I'm
Denise.
Denise.
Yeah, and we'll be back doing stuff like this. This is easier for us.
Yeah,
So
it
definitely love yourself, continue to do well, and peace.
is. And love God.
Oh, most definitely love God.